Today, I want to take you on a journey through the captivating history of film. The medium of film has not only entertained us for over a century, but it has also shaped our culture, reflected our societies, and pushed the boundaries of technology and creativity. From its humble beginnings in the late 19th century to the digital innovations of today, the story of film is as rich and varied as the stories that films themselves tell. The story of film begins in the late 19th century, a time when inventors and pioneers were obsessed with capturing and reproducing motion. The earliest films were simple, short, and without sound. Silent movies that captivated audiences with the mere novelty of moving images. The Lumiere brothers, Auguste and Louis, are often credited with the birth of cinema. In 1895, they held what is considered the first public screening of films in Paris. Their short films, such as Workers Leaving the Lumiere Factory and The Arrival of a Train at La Ciotat Station, amazed audiences who had never seen anything like it before. These early films were only a few minutes long, but they laid the groundwork for what was to come. The early 20th century saw the rise of the silent film era, a time when filmmakers began to explore the possibilities of storytelling through moving images. Silent films relied heavily on exaggerated expressions and gestures, title cards for dialogue, and live music in theaters to convey emotion and narrative. Directors like D.W. Griffith in the United States pioneered new techniques in filmmaking, such as cross-cutting and close-ups, which enhanced the storytelling experience. His 1915 epic, The Birth of a Nation, while controversial for its content, was groundbreaking in its use of narrative structure and technical innovation. During this time, stars like Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and Mary Pickford became household names. Chaplin, with his iconic tramp character, brought humor and pathos to the screen, captivating audiences worldwide. Keaton, known for his physical comedy and deadpan expression, performed stunts that still leave audiences in awe today. The silent film era was a time of experimentation and creativity, with filmmakers constantly pushing the boundaries of what could be achieved without sound. The late 1920s marked a seismic shift in the film industry with the introduction of synchronized sound. The first feature-length talkie was The Jazz Singer in 1927, starring Al Jolson. This film was a turning point, demonstrating that sound could be successfully integrated into movies. The transition to sound was not without its challenges. Many silent film stars saw their careers decline due to their voices not matching their on-screen personas, or because their thick accents or poor elocution didn't translate well to the new medium. However, the talkies opened up new possibilities for storytelling. Filmmakers could now use dialogue, sound effects, and music in innovative ways. This era also saw the emergence of new genres, such as the musical, with films like 42nd Street and Singin' in the Rain, which brought vibrant choreography and catchy songs to the big screen. The 1930s and 1940s are often referred to as the Golden Age of Hollywood, a period when the studio system dominated and produced some of the most iconic films in history. Studios like MGM, Warner Brothers, Paramount, and 20th Century Fox operated as well-oiled machines, churning out films in various genres, from romantic comedies to epic dramas and gritty film noirs. This era gave us legendary stars such as Clark Gable, Katharine Hepburn, Humphrey Bogart, and Bette Davis. Directors like Alfred Hitchcock, Orson Welles, and Frank Capra made their mark with films that have since become classics. Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, Citizen Kane, and The Wizard of Oz are just a few examples of the enduring films from this period. The Golden Age of Hollywood was characterized by glamorous stars, elaborate productions, and a sense of escapism, as many of these films were released during the difficult years of the Great Depression and World War II. The end of World War II brought significant changes to the film industry. The studio system began to decline, and independent producers gained more power. This period also saw the rise of international cinema, with filmmakers from around the world making their mark on the industry. Italian neo-realism, exemplified by films like Bicycle Thieves and Rome Open City, brought a raw, gritty realism to the screen, focusing on the lives of ordinary people in the aftermath of war. In Japan, directors like Akira Kurosawa and Yasujiro Ozu created films that were deeply philosophical and visually stunning. Kurosawa's Rashomon and Seven Samurai not only influenced filmmakers worldwide, but also introduced Western audiences to Japanese cinema. Meanwhile, in France, the French New Wave emerged in the late 1950s, with directors like François Truffaut and Jean-Luc Godard breaking traditional filmmaking rules and experimenting with narrative structure, editing, and cinematography. The 1960s and 1970s saw the rise of New Hollywood, a movement characterized by a new generation of filmmakers who were influenced by European cinema and eager to push the boundaries of storytelling. Directors like Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, and George Lucas revolutionized the industry with films that were both artistically ambitious and commercially successful. Coppola's The Godfather and Scorsese's Taxi Driver explored the dark undercurrents of American society, while Spielberg's Jaws and Lucas's Star Wars created the modern blockbuster, blending high-concept storytelling with cutting-edge special effects. The success of these films led to the rise of the blockbuster era, where studios increasingly focused on big-budget productions that could draw massive audiences, often with the help of extensive marketing campaigns and merchandise. The late 20th and early 21st centuries have been defined by the digital revolution in filmmaking. The advent of digital cameras, computer-generated imagery, CGI, and sophisticated editing software has transformed the way films are made. This technological shift has democratized filmmaking, allowing independent filmmakers to produce high-quality films on smaller budgets. Digital technology has also given rise to entirely new forms of storytelling. The use of motion capture, as seen in films like Avatar and The Lord of the Rings trilogy, has blurred the line between live action and animation. Filmmakers like Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino have pushed the boundaries of narrative structure and genre, creating films that challenge and engage audiences in new ways. As we look to the future, the film industry continues to evolve rapidly. Streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus have changed the way we consume films, offering audiences unprecedented access to a vast library of content from around the world. This shift has also sparked debates about the future of cinema. What does it mean for traditional theaters, and how will it impact the kinds of films that get made? Moreover, the rise of virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, presents exciting new possibilities for immersive storytelling. While these technologies are still in their infancy, they offer filmmakers the potential to create experiences that go beyond the screen, placing audiences directly into the worlds they create. In conclusion, the history of film is a testament to the power of storytelling and human creativity. From the silent films of the early 20th century to the digital spectacles of today, film has remained a vital part of our cultural landscape. It has the ability to entertain, educate, provoke thought, and inspire change. As we continue to explore new frontiers in filmmaking, we can only imagine what the future holds for this ever-evolving art form. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, comment, and share.